He plays as an undersized defender. He's on bigger opponents week in, week out. But he's won a couple of best and fairest for the Tigers in that key defensive role and All-Australian selection.
Saturday afternoon footy from the Telstra Dome. Simmons, the #1 ruckman for the Tigers, pitted against Biglands. And you can see the scrap has well and truly begun. No one able to get a couple of hands on the ball. Simmons trying to do the ruck work. Goodwin lost it as soon as he got near it. Good tight work from Shirley. But the Tigers getting in the thick of it at the moment. Cracker hacking it forward. And a well-placed kick. And Tambling takes the mark.
Today for the Tigers.
We know they were smashed early last week, Richmond, so a start like this might just be what they need. What a goal!
Rutten runs through midfield, chips it out wide. Edwards, clever mark with the one hand. Now he's got Henschel short. He goes in that direction and Henschel marks. So Henschel kicked 3 last week, sitting on 49 career goals from 40 metres. Very stuttering approach. Drop punt is close, hit the post. So Adelaide's first score. Look at the Crows swarm around the footy again. Dowdy, John Cock, Edwards, and now Goodwin. They share it again. The kick from Goodwin wasn't great though. Pettifer from 60 kicks it and delivers beautifully to Tuck.
Super kick, Kane Pettifer.
Just shows the value of being able to use the ball effectively. So Shane Tuck from 35 looks pretty good off the boot. It's close, but he squeezed it home. The Tigers have their second.
Good work in there from Shirley initially, then Thompson, but the turnover again. Cracker lost it. Deledio helped out, and they're inside 50. Simmons has pushed forward, and a good juggling grab under a bit of pressure. Now he's a big kick of the ball. Richo led under it. Tambling might let this bounce through. Oh, the Tigers have got the first 3 on the board, and they are officially up and about.
To the centre square, Stevens. Oh, that's a 5-metre kick. Surely play on. Shirley's got it. Kick towards the top of the goal square at the back. Clark, not quite. And Patrick Bowden just sockets it through in desperation. I think more time than he thought.
I think Matthew Clark got a surprise that it sneaked through the hands of the players in front of him, hit him in the stomach and dribbled out.
So Bowden goes for a super long kick in for Richardson. But it's going to be an Adelaide free, is it? It's centre half forward. Surely it's a little strange, is it not, that it would be a free kick there?
Well, we can't pick that one up. That was well and truly off the ball.
And it's Clark to take it. Got some options short, but he goes as long as he can. Henschel was the target, but Callaway back in the team this week after receive. So he's okay. Up and getting it long, and McGregor still loose. Bowden, did he interfere? He did.
That's the one worry for Joel Bowden.
3 behinds on the board. And the Tigers 3 straight goals. McGregor gives himself a little bit of a better angle. The goal umpire, he hadn't moved, but another poster. And 4 behinds for the sluggish Crows, although they've had some fine passages of play, Rob.
Yeah, but they still haven't got a goal, and we're into the 17th minute of this game. What's happening now? There's a free kick again going to Matthew Clark.
Must be out of the huddle, isn't it?
There must be holding going on there.
Well, Clark got Mattner free, and he marks 45 from goal. So Mattner now is a thumping kick. Will kick from 50. Will have no trouble with the distance. Can he kick it straight? It's close. It's home. First goal to the Crows. So they're getting numbers back, the Crows, just to stop these Richmond attacks. Long towards Hart. Didn't quite judge it. I wonder whether the sun might have been a problem there. Van Berlo, little give okay. Thompson, clever. Drills it inside. The mark taken by McGregor. Off towards Edwards. Edwards runs, breaks through 1 tackle. Runs to 50. Long, penetrating kick. Is a goal. Second on the board of the Crows. They kicked the last 2.
And there's another one on over the top. Mark taken, massive in unfamiliar territory, breaking, going for McGregor, and they still might end up the quarter in front. Massey hasn't scored this year.
Former Carlton player.
Yep. 4 seasons at Carlton, 5 with the Crows. Heading up towards the 100-game mark, playing game number 93. 25 years of age. Chris Massey misses everything. So Richmond win the quarter. And a big psychological boost for the Tigers, Rob. The Crows did come back with the next 2, but Richmond won the quarter. Something they haven't been able to do any more than one other occasion so far this year.
Forced to go back. Edwards.
She's got a nice sidestep, Edwards.
Did it brilliantly. On to Biglands. Oh, his handball was poor. Went behind. Massey allows Deledio in. Now looses Richo from 45 off a step. Kicks a goal. No, he hits the post.
Only that could happen to Richo.
Edwards, Stevens, Crows making their fair share of mistakes at the moment.
Absolutely, their handball skills and kicking skills are way off at the moment.
Shirley, McLeod, you've got to give some credit to the Tigers. This is a better build-up. No one coming at him, such is the way of modern footy, and John Cock kicks the goal and puts the Crows in front. It's touched off the boot, I think. That's why they was committed to playing on. Well done from Patterson, farming it out. They've worked it through. Newman just about within range. Tivendale, play on. Not far enough was the call.
Richmond supporters are going to go mad.
One umpire's paid it, I think.
It's going to have to be a ball up, surely.
The Richmond supporters will go mad, but the umpire...
No, they're paying the mark,
No, I don't think they are.
No, you're going to have to pay a ball up.
Umpire Chris Dillon, number 1, not the man in picture. He said it was touched, and that is good umpiring to follow through with the decision.
They might get a chance for a goal anyway. Coughlin got the handball clear. Newman, who just about started it all, finishes it off, and they're back in front.
You'd just like to see him bulk up a little bit there. He doesn't get much more than about 48 metres with his best kick.
He took his time, didn't he?
Yes, stuttering run, and he's missed again. So you can just see, even in his approach to kick the ball, he's a little bit nervous. They're not composed. So another missed opportunity there for the Crows.
8 marks inside their forward 50, the Crows, so they'd be pretty happy with that. Richmond, on the other hand, have just had the 3.
There's that bunch of Tigers all breaking as one, but Callaway not confident to hit one of them. Instead went as short as he could to Bowden.
And I reckon the Tigers would be happy to go in at half-time, just a couple of points up in a very, very low-scoring first half. And again, it's a case of don't let the Crows get hold of the footy.
Newman. Bowden.
And didn't we see this with Adelaide Crows early in the year, Hutto, when they played Collingwood? Yep. What goes around comes around.
Tivendale.
Something like that.
Something like that. Newman. Back to Bowden. They're all increasing their stats anyway. Simmons is going to get down to try and provide an option. Now the Crows, Bowden needs to release this pretty quickly because the Crows might suddenly be putting a lock on them, but he gets it clear. Well done. Good penetration in the kick.
I reckon I know what Neil Craig will be saying at half-time to his boys, and that is just pummel the Richmond players every chance you get. Get them tired, get them hurting, because if we can do that, their skills will fall away. At the moment, the Tigers' skills are pretty good. They're hitting their targets.
Is that what you tell them, Rob?
Absolutely.
Pummel them?
Pummel them.
Well,
hey, this is fantastic. You imagine if this was getting played at Amy Stadium, the Crow supporters would be off their head.
Hope you've got Joel Bowden in your dream team. He's getting plenty of it at the moment. 17 possessions.
He'll get it again in a minute.
Yeah, well, what they've got to do, the Crows, is go one-on-one. They've done this to other teams. They've got to be strictly one-on-one, and they're not. And there we see Henschel letting the team down. Now McGregor is not on Bowden.
They've had it for 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes. The Tigers.
It's fantastic.
Finds Rains.
It is just solely to keep the ball out of the hands of the opposition, to go in at half-time in front and frustrate the hell out of the top of the ladder team.
Callaway, if he can hit Simmons, he's a chance. Oh, he missed. After all that, the world's biggest build-up. He missed. And Tuck, hacking it forward. Well done. Deft hands from Patterson. Tigers on the rise, advancing through half forward. Tivendale on his wrong side, but he gets his man. And Cracker to have a shot for goal.
I think one thing there, Huddy said he wished he didn't, but at least when you play on, things do open up for you.
Yeah.
And although he played on, he was under pressure, they had players to support and they're able to take it. And Cracker having a shot at goal.
And he missed one from there. He kicked to the left of the goals only about 7 or 8 minutes ago. And Neil Craig would be pretty frustrated. Now, he invented this keepings off game. Now he's got to solve it.
Cracker nails it.
He will just instill so much confidence in his players with his coaching, because he's come up with a plan that has just frustrated the Adelaide Crows and may well put his team in front at half-time.
Well, Richmond have been forced back to half-back, but they've still got possession. Tivendale, oh, gee, wild kick out of mid-air from Matten allows Meyer in. Cracker, who's been good, Tuck needs to get rid of it, scrambles it towards half-forward. Hardigan needs to be clean here with his hands. He isn't. He gives it up. No, get a free kick. So, okay. 65 from goal. Loose player. Pettifer can run here. Kick a goal from 45. He kicks. And squeezes it through. Cloud running is Edwards. Kick towards half forward. Biglands. 10 seconds left. Time for a mark and goal. Kicks into the pocket. And a mark taken there by John Cock. Siren will go.
And he was protected very well there.
So now he has a chance to kick his second of the afternoon. Tough angle though, as you can see. Hard up against the line. It's a wonderful kick, but it's across the face. No score. So at half-time, Rob, the Tigers lead it by 15 points.
Well, they do, and they'll get a big ovation from their fans, and deservedly so, because they've stuck to the team plan that Terry Wallace implemented. I reckon he's copied a little bit off the Crows. It's the way that they've played, but they've kept possession, they've denied Adelaide the ball, and they've been able to kick goals themselves when they've gone forward. Well done, Richmond.
Can they go on with it? We'll find out soon. He's in action today, and the Tigers are certainly in action. They lead by 15. It would be a monumental upset if they could overcome the Adelaide Crows, the premiership favourites. The Tigers coming off the back of a shellacking from the Swans.
What the Crows have done, Hudder, they've got Biglands down there in the goal square.
Maybe worth having a shot from there. He doesn't want to, because look at this.
I tell you what, Matthew Clark, where are you? You got 10, 15 metres off your opponent and you will pay the penalty. And what Richmond are doing is just taking uncontested mark one after the other. Their average for a game is 90. Already, 1 minute into the third quarter, they've had 84.
Matthew Clark a little unlucky there. He went to Kellaway, who led towards the boundary line, and because someone didn't pick Kellaway up. So Matthew Clark taken out of the action there.
Never thought I'd see the day that Robert Walls would scold Matthew Clark.
Incorrectly.
Simmons kicks the goal.
Oh,
the Tigers.
Brett Burton kicks into the pocket. Oh, Henschel on a good lead. He disguised that kick superbly. Burton.
He did.
6'8" this year, Trent Henschel. Only 25 metres, but the angle reasonably acute. There's a good look at it.
He doesn't walk in quick enough.
He's taken a long time.
Yeah. But as a result there, I think he might have squeezed it through, and the Crows have one.
Do the kicking in.
Now, he's got Tuck free in the back pocket. Now, Tuck's got no one to go to. Adelaide have manned up the dock side of the ground, which is where Tuck is, and that's why, and there's a good look at it. You can see down the left-hand side, all Crows players, so he's forced to go back.
You would have thought this would be what Neil Craig would have stressed at half-time. You cannot let them get a free player.
So they do it pretty well, Richmond.
And if your team's in front, who cares?
Why can't the Crows man up here, Wolsey, and get them one-on-one?
Well, they're trying, but I think they might have finally got it. They might have finally got it.
They're still, oh yeah, just about.
Yeah, umpire's saying play on. Umpire's saying play on. You only need to have one player drop off, and it was Rutten there who dropped off on Richardson.
So Richardson takes his first mark of the afternoon. Called to play on. Oh, he's got to get around. Rutten and does. Brushes him aside with a bounce. Handball was poor, but taken by Tuck. Well stripped of it by Bode. Adelaide regained possession. It's flicked out. Now Rutten. Back to Shirley. They're at half forward, the Crows. Massey's got it now. Drives it long to the top of the goal square. Richmond have got the number. Oh! Tell you what, that's going to be mark of the round. He took it last week. Spectacular leap from Kane Pettifer.
Now we can sit back for 2 minutes while Richmond keep possession.
We'll take a break.
I can't have a cup of tea.
Bowden kicks it to Tuck, who's got it at half back. That was a spectacular mark.
3. This is the 4th mark. We'll just try to keep track of the mark. 7.
Now it's 1-on-1. And this is where they should kick it long and trust the ability of their teammates, and that's exactly what's happened.
Jackson's got it. Where to next? By hand. Reigns again by hand. Delidio. They're starting to close around. They found a way through. Tivendale. Can they hit a target? Yes, you bet. Shane Tuck takes the mark.
This is a game of chess, isn't it? And they are doing it so well, the Tigers.
Well, just how? Let's have another look at Pettifer mark for a start.
Gee, what a ripper.
In amongst 80,000 uncontested marks, not bad to get one like that, is it? But, Wolsey, it must be harder than it looks to man up one-on-one. It must be.
Well, it is, because you only need to have one play, and they block for each other. You might be on your opponent, and you've got him covered, and all of a sudden, one of the opposition players just steps inside and screens you out of the way.
There's a big kick for Shane Tuck, but unfortunately for the Tiger fans, he's missed.
Now, there's a new stat in footy, and that is backward kicks. And who would ever have thought that we'd be measuring that? Their uncontested marks, look at that, 112 to 68. Amazing. But backward kicks, Richmond have had 22 backward kicks, and the Crows have had 8.
Coughlin. Hardigan. Oh, he's tackled high, no. Comes to Burton, who kicks goalward. Bouncing through. It's a goal to Adelaide. No, it's touched. It's touched.
Oh, but there's 45 seconds to go. Maybe that's why Jackson gets it long. I wonder if they can steal a late goal. Oh, they might be able to through Noble. He's kicked 12 in his career. It's his first game for the year, Trent Noble. Spent the last 3 weeks in Coburg after coming back, or playing for Coburg, not in Coburg, after being injured in the pre-season. This is a massive kick for the Tigers' hopes for the day. Oh! Hits the woodwork. What drama. It's ironic in a match which has featured so many uncontested marks that we've seen one of the marks of the year. This is an extraordinary game. Richmond have taken 145 marks to Adelaide's 82. They are playing keepings off. The game is not the same.
Saints has had 20 disposals, Rashuto 2.
Underway, final term, the Tigers by 17 points. Simmons kicks towards half forward. Patterson was held, no free kick. Out comes Richardson, takes the ball, keeps the hands free. Handball off, Tivendale. Tivendale wants his left side, kicks from 20 and misses.
Oh, poster again.
Another poster. Gee, what a start that would have been to the final term.
There. Now, that is mark number 151, 152. The world record is 170. And I think they'll create a record today, Richmond. The most number of marks ever taken in a game of AFL football.
Hardigan got there to take it. Didn't look like a great kick initially. And that's a great kick. Coughlin loose. And what a massive kick this is for the Tigers and for Mark Coughlin. So Coughlin, who hasn't kicked a goal for the season coming in, hasn't had a shot today, but you wouldn't know it. Cool and calm, and they're right in it. Oh, they are right in it with a real chance of victory now. They lead by 23.
Is it 50? Late hit? Yes.
Just has to kick the goal. Just must. Made the goal umpire work. and he's missed.
They've been pretty precise with their kicking, and they've been able to play this short kicking game, but one or two kicks off target, and it'll let the Crows back in. Deledio kicks across the face. Prosciutto, here's a chance. McLeod will run into a goal.
The Tigers slip up. Will there be a moment of doubt for them? 15 points is the margin. The adrenaline will start to pump as they get closer to the finish line. This could be a holding the ball call. It is. Against Polo, against Coghlan. Biglan's. Howden's been great, but it clears him. Burton. Henschel. All of a sudden, the Crows are coming. Henschel, 1-3 is his afternoon's work. Surely he couldn't miss. He hasn't this time. Remember back to that game in 2000 where Terry Wallace did the super flood? Well, that night, they actually got behind and Chris Grant kicked the winning goal to put them in front.
Well, we just saw Richo. Richo is lining up at centre-half back for the Tigers. Rutten has gone with him.
Kicked out of the centre by Foley, and it's a mark taken by Patterson. Critical kick, 35 from goal, directly in front. The Tigers need this. Bit of breathing space. Drop punt is a goal. Tigers by 15.
I reckon if they can maintain the scores as they are for another 2 or 3, they will just put a massive, all the players in the back half and just play keepings off. We're seeing it just about happen now. Edwards is looking dangerous.
Oh, and there's Crows everywhere here. Burton just needs to kick through beautifully, and they will not die, the Crows.
Richmond are 1 mark off equaling 170 marks, which is a record that Fremantle set early this year. So they are going to create a record for marks taken in a game of footy.
Coghlan forces it free. Deledio, who's got pace. Can he use the footy? Long to the goal square. Can he kick one from 60? He can! Oh, superb stuff from Brett Deledio.
He was able to. Coghlan.
Mark 170. Next mark, world record.
Tuck can go long for Callaway. The world record mark taken on the wing by Callaway. It's also a Commonwealth record. Over the top for Pettifer. Noble's down there as well. And Meyer in the pocket. Oh, he had a mountain to climb there. He couldn't. He kept on coming. So did the Crows. Still might be a goal.
Free kick. Adelaide free kick.
And takes it.
Big Trent Noble pushing forward. He's the long option if they decide to kick long, and we haven't seen much of that today.
Well, he's one-on-one with Matthew Clark. Let's see how he goes. Clark to try and spoil. Does that successfully. And that's the domain of McLeod and co. Goodwin. And now John Cock through the middle. McGregor pushing up the ground to present. This is Riley. He's got Henschel to his left.
Well, he turned around because all he could see was yellow and black.
Goodwin, can he hit Prosciutto? Oh, yes, he can. And he's a big kick. Will he wind the arc here? He can see a vacant square. He can see goals. He can see there's still a chance of victory. The Adelaide Crows will not be denied. They trail now by 8. And the squeeze is on at the Telstra Dome.
That is a picture of the Adelaide Crows forward line.
Gee, look at those quarters. They are the shortest quarters you've ever seen, just about. 27 minutes, 26 and 23.
Noble decisively. Deledio can't get clear. Oh, almost threw it out. Dowdy. Here come the Crows. Sweeping handball out wide to Burton. Look out. Great tackle, Patterson. He's been rewarded.
Yeah, well done.
Haven't they been sensational? Some of their young players. Has been more goals in this quarter, Chriso, than the previous couple at least.
So the kick towards the pocket. It's a mark, a Richmond mark. Brett Deledio. Could he be the hero? A wonderful 65-metre goal just a few minutes ago. And from just 25 metres on a 45-degree angle. A chance, you would think, Rob, to seal the game for the Tigers.
Yeah, to his teammate and said, what are you doing to me?
Deledio. Misses to the left. Crows trail by 9 points. Still plenty of time for the Crows.
They need 2 goals. Doughty. Penetrating kick for Stevens.
Got to get it to John Cock if he can.
Looking for his runners. Instead goes longer with the kick. Joel Bowden has been magnificent. John Cock shrugs off Meyer. Here comes Foley. Cop that, he says. Deliver it out of bounds. Oh, the tenacious, tough Tigers.
What a tackle. Have a look at the tackle. He's almost thrown him into Burke Street.
A high up and under, not a good kick at all. Clark marks, gives it to the money man, McLeod. Now Bassett, they've got to do something, Crows. They need to score. Doughty. Rutten, the fullback. The Birdman, Brett Burton, he's got through, off the left, and Richardson watches helplessly as it sails through for a goal. It's anybody's game now. 3 points the difference.
And football can be cruel.
Well, back in the centre, Noble. Chance for the Crows. Edwards, a little fumble. Don't see that too often. Spills out to Newman. Long and high towards half forward. Meyer versus John Cock. Meyer almost. Chance at ground level. Hyde tries to knock it towards Patterson. Coughlin's got it now. They've got some numbers there, the Tigers. Stevens, off hands. Edwards kicks it forward. Cracker, strong stuff from Cracker. Stood underneath, took the pressure, and has marked 55 from goal.
They'll go backwards. They'll keep possession. Good play.
Newman.
He's got Richo behind him. Will he go to him?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Richo needs to be careful with this disposal.
Yeah.
He's coughed up one. Newman. They've conceded 75 metres, Richmond, but it can't be too long to go. Can they hold on? What an historic victory this would be. Newman kicks and finds Kellaway. Back to Newman. They're praying, they're hoping for the siren. Richmond fans on the edge of their seats, so is their coach. Newman, dangerous kick, Race cuffs it up. Chance here for the Crows. McGregor, great tackle, that's it! Richmond, sensational victory here against the odds. A major upset against the Premiership's favourite, and they're elated.
Tigerland, a fighting fury with the Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with the grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yeah, I'm like we're from Tigerland.
They are the keepings of kings. The Tigers have held their nerve and produced one of the upsets of the season.